How are you doing? How are you doing? Give me just 1 second. I know I'm behind. I wanted to start the crock pot at 11, but I don't know. But I don't know, guys. Okay, maybe and maybe not. Okay, so I'm making Hawaiian chicken. Okay, Hawaiian chicken. At first, it was going to be Hawaiian grilled teriyaki chicken, where I was supposed to make this sauce, put it in a Ziploc baggie, the chicken, or put it in a container, whatever, and then make the sauce and then pour it over it and let it marinate for 4 hours or all day or overnight, whatever. Um, and I forgot to do that yesterday, so I couldn't make it. But then, sorry, I'm making my coffee at the same time I'm late on my coffee too, according to me. But anyways, so then I saw another recipe. It was just called Hawaiian chicken, and it was by Kyle and Misty Knight. I do a lot of their recipes. And you just mix a bunch of stuff together and then crack with it, like on high for like 2 to 3 hours, she said, or 4 to 6 or something like that on high. What's going on with my hearing aids? Okay, so um, she did say garlic. You can use fresh garlic or garlic in a jar, which we call jarlic. Didn't say ginger, but the other one did. So I'm going to just squeeze a little bit of ginger in there. Okay. And when I get ready to assemble the crock pot, I'm going to make sure that y'all can see the crock pot and everything. Okay. I got the chicken right here on the cutting board. I cut it up. That's why I was late. I could have come on and talked to you guys, but I still got to cut up some bell peppers. So, okay. And then we're going to put some onions in. She said as much onions as you want. I don't remember what she said. But and then we're gonna look at this.
2 pounds fresh chicken breast. Now we're gonna take 1 red and yellow bell pepper.
I'm gonna turn it down. Okay, it says 1 red and yellow bell pepper, but you can use any red, yellow, orange.
20-ounce can of pineapple
chicken, about 2 pounds of chicken, breasts or chicken thighs or whatever. The other one called for chicken thighs, so I already had chicken thighs. A 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits and the juices. Now, if you can only find chunks, you can take the chunks and cut them in half. Each chunk, cut it in half, and you'll get a tidbit. Okay? And then there's going to be some ketchup on top. I know it sounds weird. About a fourth of a cup of ketchup. I know that sounds weird, but it is. But she just squeezed it across the top and just said that's. So we are going to do that. And then some soy sauce. I think I have some more in there. I hope so, because this is almost gone, but probably not going to use more than that, okay? Put it all behind the camera. Ketchup. Okay, now when it comes to these ingredients, you can use any brands you want, okay? And then there's also, let me find it. I'm sorry, guys. No. Rice vinegar. Rice vinegar. Okay, rice vinegar. Okay? Now remember, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in about a squeeze or two of this ginger. The other one called for it, but this one doesn't. So you can add ginger if you want. You don't have to. It's up to you. Okay? All right, let's go back here. All right, chicken, cut up chicken. 1 red and 1 yellow bell pepper, or you can use 1 orange, 1 red, or 2 orange, whatever color you want. About a medium onion or whatever, however much onion you want. A 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits with its juices or chunks and cut them in half. Okay. Then we're going to do the ketchup. It's going to go on top. She just squeezes it on top, see?
We're just going to eyeball it and
squeeze it on top.
if that's enough. I think that's fine.
Okay?
What do you think? And now you got a quarter cup of rice vinegar.
A fourth of a cup of rice vinegar. She said a quarter cup. That's a fourth of a cup.
Soy sauce, but we're using a lower
A fourth of a cup of soy sauce. So a fourth of a cup of rice vinegar and soy sauce. And a fourth of a cup of brown sugar. She measured it and then she put it in the palm of her hand so it'll stay to that shape, and then she kind of broke it up over it so she could sprinkle it on. Okay? She put on about a teaspoon or tablespoon of garlic, however much you like. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and add the ginger too. Then we're going to stir it all up.
That's a surprising one. And that's it. We're going to now put the lid on. Cook this on high for 2 to 3 hours or on low for 4 to 6. Then we're going to serve it with some rice.
On high, 2 to 3, or low, 4 to 6. High, 2 to 3 hours.
In the last 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to add
low,
cornstarch.
4 to 6.
Just going to thicken up the sauce.
Now, at the end, she did sprinkle some cornstarch in there. I almost forgot. Cornstarch to thicken it up. But I don't think it looked thickened in the video. But a lot of other people say this, but I suggest don't just pour the cornstarch in there and stir it up. Make a slurry. Make a slurry with the cornstarch in the water. I think it's 1 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons. You know, you can make just a little bit and then see if it works. If not, you can add a little bit more, okay? Okay, just stirring my coffee, all right? Because when it's done, it looks very thin, so, you know. And then you can put it whatever, you can eat it however you want. I'm going to come on here a little earlier, and I'm going to make some rice. Okay, I'm going to make some rice. We're going to put it over rice. All righty? So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be yummy. Okay? Okay, I spilled some sugar, so I'm going to have to clean that up. But let's start with the chicken. Okay? Okay. Now, I washed my hands after I cut the chicken, but I'm going to wash them again in a minute here because I touched a few pieces just to push it into the crock pot, okay? I'm just rinsing off this cutting board. Got all the little chicken stuff all over it. Okay? Okay, so remember, 2 bell peppers, but the colors of the bell peppers really don't matter. I mean, being it's Hawaiian chicken, it seems better with red and yellow, or yellow and orange, or red and orange, whatever mixture of those. Or if you want to put all 3 colors, you could do a little bit of each, whatever you want, okay? Normally I would have a big bag in the freezer frozen, and I would a mix of yellow, orange, and red, and just grab some and put it in there. Okay, so you could do whatever you want. Okay? However you want, okay? All right, let me stir up this sugar in the coffee. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut up. Now, she put the chicken in the middle. She poured the red peppers on one side and the yellow peppers on the other side. It does not really matter. I'm just going to spread the chicken out. And I'm just going to pour everything on top in there. It doesn't really matter. Okay? That's just how she did it. So I'm just going to spread the chicken out. Okay? It's spread out. Okay? Okay. So, let me see. Can you see that? You can see the crock pot, but, and you can see the blue thing. Remember last time I used the crock pot, I was having trouble with this blue thing and I was folding it all in to try to get the lid on it. And I thought maybe it would fold over the edge of the crock pot, but it doesn't. So I just fold it down. Okay. I just took the edges and folded it down inside. Okay. So that'll work. Okay. So let me stir my coffee. Let me get my coffee out the way. Yes, because if I leave it uncovered, it will get cold. Just like when you have a cup of coffee. You don't want to sit it there for a while because you got to drink it because it will go. It will go cold. I promise you. I promise you it will. Do, 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 do. Oops. Okay. So I got that. Alrighty. So now we are going to get another cutting board. This is for my fruits and vegetables. We're going to put it right here. We're going to cut the bell peppers, which I was going to cut them around 10 o'clock, but my husband got back a little after, and plus my daughter came over and I asked her to braid my hair, and it was 10 o'clock, so I wanted it braided, so I did that first. Sorry, guys, okay? Just 2 bell peppers, okay? All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I want to use the same knife. So I washed it in hot water. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Let me just close the sugar. All right. So now, some people cut it down and down and down and around, but I just cut it in half and then take out the seeds and stuff. Trying to get the stickers off the bell peppers. I got one of them. This one. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. So, cut that in half. Cut it in half. Then I'm going to bring the trash can over here so I can try to stay in view. Okay? Alrighty. Okay. And then once I tap it on my hand to get all that extra seeds out, and then I wipe it off my hands. Okay, once I get the bell peppers in and cut up and in, then it'll go much faster. But y'all like talking to me, right? Alrighty. Okay. So let's do this. Let's cut the bell peppers. You can leave them in strips if you feel like it. I guess you could. But I think you can cut them in big pieces, small pieces, however you like. Okay? Because even when I do strips like this for a meal, like it could be a what do you call those with the cut up beef, the and the onions. Yeah, I still take a whole one of these and at least cut it in half. Okay? Let's see, nobody on yet? No, nobody on yet. Okay, and I forgot to tell you guys to say hello, hello, hello. And if you come on, say hi, say hi. And if you're watching the replay, comment hashtag replay. Okay? So I can see how many people watch this after I post it. Okay? Okay. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna put part one because I forgot to put part one. So y'all know it's part one. Okay? Okay, guys. So, okay, just getting these cut up in strips, and then I'm gonna dice them smaller. I just want to get all of them up into the strips. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Alrighty. Now, and because like I said, she put the chicken in the middle, then she put the red peppers on one side, the yellow peppers on the other side. But not me. I got a lot. I think I got a little more chicken than she put, so it wouldn't all just go down one in the middle. So I'm just stacking it all on top of each other. You know how you do it in a crock pot. Just don't. She's gonna mix it together. It gets mixed together anyway, so it don't matter. It don't matter because we're gonna mix it all up anyways. Now you could. Now this is a possibility. I'm just saying you could. You could cook the chicken whole, the breast or the thighs or whatever you use, but then you can't just cut it up because it's gonna break apart.
You want to try one?
What is that?
It's a spring roll.
I've had one. Which kind is that one?
It's got shrimp and imitation crab.
Huh?
And it's got shrimp, lettuce, imitation crab, and carrots.
Oh, I think I've had that one. See, guys.
You have to show them the inside.
Oh yeah, see that? Yeah, the other day I had. Did I just have the avocado one or something? But yeah, these are good. Mhm. 1 second. Just trying to chew it up. I should have been like that lady online that I watched. She said, like after you would cut the chicken, she was like, wash your fucking hands. And then she'll say at the end, she says, is it good? And she'll try it and she'll say, of course it is. I made it. Yes, comment below if you guys like sushi. And if you do, what kind do you like? And what's for dinner tonight, guys? What's for dinner tonight? I know there's not a lot of people on because there's nobody on actually. Sometimes I get more people on part 2. But see, when I first started doing this stuff and I did crock pots, I would just do a pre-recorded video early on and in the evening, and then I would go to my thing where I edit some videos. Well, I don't know how to edit videos, but I would put the videos together. It's called, I forgot what it's, CapCut or something. Yeah, you see that a lot on TikTok. They use stuff from CapCut to make, for people to make videos. But anyways, I would go on there, put both videos on there, but put them in the order that you made them, and they would become one. They would become one. Now, that doesn't mean that it's perfect. I mean, you still can tell where one ended and where the second one started. But, and I would download it that way, so it would be one whole video. But then after a while, I started choosing to go live. I just wanted to interact better with my peoples. You know, I like talking to them. And I think when I did my regular lives, I did pre-records too. And then I just download it later on. But I prefer to do it this way. Even though it may take an hour, hour and a half, sometimes I'll say on occasion it'll take 2 hours because I talk a lot. But I like talking with y'all guys. And I know another content creator guys. They're more popular and they sell stuff and they do a lot more. But anyways, their cooking videos could be an hour to 2 hours between them. Sorry, I paused. Someone had to call. So yeah. All right. So I got it all cut up. I got it all cut up. So we're gonna put it on top of the chicken. Put it right on top of the chicken. Okay. Okay, right on top of the chicken. All right. So next, we're gonna go with the onions. We're gonna put some onions in here. Now, I think she put a certain amount. I'm guessing. I didn't hear what she said. You can put as much as you want. Small onion, medium onion, large onion, or if you have some put away, just, I'm going to take a handful. I'm just going to put it on top. I'm going to sprinkle it over. She just put it in one corner, but okay. That's about it. Okay. Okay, so yes, there we go. Okay. And as far as the ketchup and the garlic and ginger that I'm going to put in. It doesn't matter what order you put it in. But I'm just going to go ahead with this ketchup. It's about a fourth of a cup, but I'll just go across here. This one's almost gone, so I'm trying to get it back out. Okay, that's it. I was trying to get it to pop back out before I put the lid on. Okay, so we've got the soy sauce, garlic. It looks like she put one big spoon, but you can put whatever you want. I'm going to just, she might have had a bigger spoon, but I'm just going to put like two or three. Like two and a half, maybe. Yes, two and a half. Okay. And it's a fourth of a cup. My fourth of a cup is in the sugar. Yeah, I keep my fourth of a cup in the sugar. I meant to look for like a single measuring cup for my sugar so I could put that fourth of a cup back with this set. So, but this is half a cup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it halfway up with, actually, yeah, I'm going to fill it halfway up. Let me see, about halfway. Okay, with soy sauce. And then about halfway with the rice vinegar. Since it's half a cup, nobody cares. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to dump that in there. Okay, just dump it around. All right. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and open this can of pineapple. Now remember, if you can't find tidbits, you can always get the chunks. You can use chunks, or you can take the chunks and cut them in half, each one, and it'll make a tidbit. Okay? The the whole thing plus the juice, everything. Okay? Okay? All of it. All right. Okay, then, oh, the ginger. Now, the other recipe I was going to do that called for the fries, and you were supposed to, it was called Hawaiian grilled because it says pull somewhere here. Because it said grill it, but you could fry it. But or however you want. But I'm not trying to tear this whole thing. Okay. So, and I'm not, hold on guys, I gotta get this off now. Okay. So I'm gonna just put two squirts. See, because the opening is pretty big. See. All right, that's about it. That's it. Okay, so we got the garlic, the ginger, ketchup, soy sauce, rice vinegar, um, the pineapple and the juice. So we just go. I think that's all she put in there. Let me make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Vinegar. Next,
Just making sure.
20-ounce can.
All right, the chicken, the bell peppers, the pineapple. We did that. 20-ounce can, remember.
All right, now we need some ketchup. It's in the
Ketchup.
that.
There you go.
Great.
Ketchup.
Now we're making Hawaiian chicken, and this calls for about a quarter cup of ketchup.
Yeah, a fourth of a cup.
We're just gonna eyeball
Just,
and see
okay.
if that's enough. I think that's about a quarter cup. What do you think? Sure. And now you need a quarter cup of rice vinegar.
Quarter cup of rice vinegar. Fourth of a cup.
About a quarter cup of the
And about a fourth of a cup of soy sauce.
We're using a lower sodium variety.
And I use lower sodium.
Next, we're gonna
It's
add
better.
a quarter cup of brown sugar. We're just gonna sprinkle that over the top. I already measured out a quarter cup. Now we're gonna add a tablespoon of garlic.
It's a tablespoon of garlic. I just put 2.5 teaspoons. So you can put whatever you want. Okay, and then I, added the ginger. I just want to add a little bit more soy sauce because I love soy sauce. Smells good too. Then you're going to stir it all together. Okay? But the one thing I did forget was the brown sugar. So let's do this. Okay, it's 1/4 of a cup. Okay? So I rinsed the, I was going to do the brown sugar first, but I chose not to. Because I'm going to do about about half of this. Okay, because remember, my fourth of a cup because I've been meaning to just get like a fourth of a cup thing for my sugar or something else. Or I could use it in the morning and then wash it and I don't know. So let's do about half. Let's get some of this out. Okay, and what she did was dump it on her hand so it could stay formed so she could, squish it and sprinkle it all over the thing instead of just pouring it in there and it just goes in the middle. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay, and I'm just going to squish it together in my hands all over. Get it all over. Okay. All right, so we did that. Let me just rinse my hands. And all these dishes will be washed up and done by the time we come back later on. Yes, because I spilled some brown sugar, so I got to clean that up. I got to clean the sugar up that I dropped on the stove, so you got to do it all. Okay, so I got that all in there. Let me get my stirring spoon. Go ahead and stir this up. And if you want to scoop, when you scoop it out later, if you want to scoop it out with a spoon that has holes, a stirring spoon that has holes in it, or I've got one of these. I should have used this one because we didn't need something real big. But anyway, but no, I want to get some of the. So let's get it all mixed up. And then when it's done, we will also add a cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. She just poured the cornstarch on top, but that could make lumps in your. So I'd rather do the slurry and then add it in. Okay? All right, there we go. I will just rinse this spoon, this stirring spoon, and just leave it laying for later. Okay? So now we are going to, let me wipe this. I got some sugar that got on the lid. But yeah, like I said, I took this rubber, this blue, well, let me show you guys. I took the blue rubber thing that I used last time for the first time, and that's how I did it. I folded it down because it won't fit over this. There are some that will, but I bought didn't buy that one. I didn't even notice. It won't fit over like that. So just fold it down like this. Okay. And that's how you do it. And that's what it all looks like mixed together before I cook it. Okay. Okay. How long we been on here? 35 minutes. Okay. So there you go. That's what it looks like. And I folded down the blue thing. So last time I just had to fold it over inside and squished it in there just to close it because I didn't know what else to do. So that's what you're supposed to do. And these things right here, they're for putting in here so you can carry it. I guess you could close it like that and store it in the refrigerator too, I'm guessing. But yeah, there's what it looks like. Okay. All right. Nobody's come on YouTube. All right. So Facebook, real quick before I get off, let me put the Cash App so y'all can see that. The Cash App and the Amazon wish list I'll put on YouTube after the video is over because somehow I can't find the place where I can make comments, type in comments. On my computer I could find it, but when I did YouTube one time on my iPad I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it on my phone either. So, all right, so let's do the Amazon wish list. Alrighty, and I'm gonna go ahead and um pin the Cash App. Okay, so y'all just comment below. Do y'all like sushi? Do y'all like sushi? Mine was like not the actual rice sushi. It was in a rice wrap, like a my daughter just said what it was called. It's wrapped in rice, like the rice paper. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I love it. I haven't ever really had sushi till I moved to Texas. So, but yeah, I'll eat like there's one called San Antonio. There's another one called California one. It has the crunchy topping and it has one without the topping. And then there's a Austin one, I think. And there's like spicy tuna fish roll and stuff like that. But I don't like that one, but my husband does. But anyways, and let me know what you're having for dinner. How's your day going? All right. So I'm gonna go on here and I will, you know, edit this and put part two. So by the time you see this, it might already say part two. Just so you know which part one I mean, so you'll know which is which. And I'll share it to my secondary page so y'all can see it over there too. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna end my live the way I end all lives. I appreciate y'all for coming on. I appreciate anybody who will come and watch the replay. Stay positive. Do your thing. Work on yourself. Work on your goals. Thank God for waking us up and thank God for your day. All right. And I love you guys. And I will talk to you guys later. So I'll be on here later about 4:30, 4:40. It says 4:40, but it might be a little bit before, a little bit after. So we'll see. But I'll talk to you guys later this evening. All right. Bye YouTube. Bye Facebook.